Hey guys, TanaGamer4K here. Welcome to another episode of Rainbow Six Siege. Today we're going to be reviewing some of the changes that came with new Black Ice DLC. So let's talk about some of the new features. The first thing you've already seen is the spectator camera. I'm assuming they've added this in for esport competitions, so gamecasters or reviewers or anything like that can join a 5v5 man group and have that 11th player that is strictly a spectator. Along with the new map, new operators, and the spectator mode, there have been numerous additions and improvements to the game, so let's go through those a bit. First up, there are some balancing improvements. The enemy team will no longer hear your team's shouts or communication. That way the people that don't have a mic and choose to just use the normal shouts and, default communications, the enemy team won't hear those. Next up, we have the defender objective rotation. Keep in mind that this is only for custom games and ranked games. In casual, it's automatically rotated. The way this works is you have to defend all of the locations at least once, and you can't always select the easy to defend locations. I think this is a fantastic addition because it really opens up the game a bit and adds more of a reason to have that drone session in the start and actually make it worth something. They've also tweaked the bullet trail intensity and even more so for silenced weapons. I personally feel the damage trade-off is worth it, but it's really each person's decision to make. Try both, see which works best for you, but it does give you a more stealthy advantage so they can't see the bullet trail and they couldn't hear the weapon. A few of the other things to quickly move through are increased flashbang range, reduced noise levels on a few of the defender gadgets, Thatcher now has a shotgun, and a bandit's unique gadget no longer hurts the hostage. The one thing I'm most excited about are castle barricades and reinforced walls are now bulletproof even while you're putting them up, so there's no more wall banging someone as they're putting up one of the reinforcements over a window or a door. Okay, so that takes care of the balancing items. Now on to some of the comfort changes. First being, they have finally added the map and mode to the loading and planning screens. This has been something a lot of people have been complaining about for a very long time, so I'm glad to finally see it. There are a few other things they've done are lowered the intensity of the dust effect after breaches and explosions, so you don't have that dusting effect over your entire screen. It's just slightly around the outside border, and it really makes it a lot easier. They've also fixed the damage numbers in the loadout menus, so it makes more sense and it's accurate. One of the final things that I wanted to discuss, and one that I am personally most excited for, is that you can finally select individual spawn locations as an attacker. I absolutely love this feature. I don't know why we didn't have it in the first place, but I'm glad to say that we have it now. This allows you to have better tactics and really plan out with your team where you want to go. You could have one person spawn on one side of the map, a couple others spawn on another, and if you're guys, maybe you want to spawn away from the team. That way you can kind of get into an Overwatch position while they assault through a front door. You could be on the other side of the map up on the roof already. It really makes for a interesting and much more fun approach. And it gives you that kind of competitive edge where you can plan out attacks long before they happen. Okay, now the last topic I wanted to discuss. Rainbow Six Siege is already opening tournaments for Siege. Personally, I believe this is too early, and an entry into esports at this point will hurt the idea and the game more than help it. I believe that Siege has a good chance to become a player in esports, but they really need to increase the tick rate, fix the lag problems, and completely remove the kill cam screenshot that they do in ranked. I don't feel that the game is matured enough to enter that type of strictly competitive, people playing for money type of arena. I think at the moment it's still just a tactical shooter. Until they fix a lot of things, they're not going to be taken seriously in an esports type environment. When you're competing against a game like Counter-Strike that has had not only decades to mature and come up and just get that player base behind it and that competitive history and pedigree, you have a lot to compete against. I mean, you're up against a pretty big dog there. You really should take some time and look at what they did right, look at what they did wrong, and build something that you know is going to be right and good for what you're doing. Well guys, that's going to do for this episode. I appreciate you guys taking a look. Please leave a thumbs up if you like this video, a thumbs down if you didn't. And leave a comment letting me know what your thoughts are on Rainbow Six Siege entering the esports market.